everybody, welcome back. Hope everyone is well. Happy New Year, and yeah, time for a new video. So I wanted to kind of get started on talking about the state of electric drums now, because that's what this video sort of has to do with. So, you know, electric drums have been around a very, very long time. There's no question about that. However, in the past, I'd say 20, 15 years, they've started to become more affordable in terms of people actually being able to buy them and bring them into their homes. Well, what's been happening is that as more people are buying electric drums, people who play the drums, mainly the drummers themselves, definitely notice how much quieter they are than the real drums that they probably played before. However, that being said, they still do make noise, and we all know this. So what companies are starting to do now is that because people are playing in apartments and they play in spaces where there are other people around, they're starting to make drums now that make pads, I should say, that are very, very quiet. And that's to alleviate the sound of the actual mesh that's being played on normal electric drum sets that we know of. Mesh or rubber pads, which are much quieter than real drums, but they still make sound and they could still annoy people potentially, especially people who don't like loud noise at all and like it very, very quiet. That being said, I have two pads today that I'm going to unbox. This is the PDQ-8S from Roland, and I also have here the CYQ-12 from Roland. These drums have been very generously given to me to try out. I want to thank Dolby Drums for sending these out, and I'm going to do a test today, unbox them, okay, and then I have to send them back, but I'm very, very curious to check these out, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's do a quick unboxing, and then we'll get right to it. Let's try my lemon snare pad on the head. This is just the camera audio and the rim. Okay, now let's try the PDQ-8. It's really soft, much softer. My lemon rubber cymbal here, bought from Dolby Drums. Same idea, very, very, very soft. So the edge of it is the same. This is actually really, really hard, the other side of it. So if you were to hit the outside cymbal, that would be very, very loud. But hitting it right in the mesh, the insulated mesh or whatever it is, and the rim is very, very, very soft. So here's the lemon, and here's the Roland. Okay, so looking at the CYQ-12 first, looks like very, very good quality. There's a lot of, there's a nice mesh surface here, okay, and the rest looks kind of like a regular Roland CY12. And then looking at the CYQ-8, this thing is like, this is like gigantic, this thing. Again, it has a nice mesh surface, excuse me. But this is like really like a big, like a bullet. It seems like it's really, really sturdy, this thing. So it's just gonna, I'm probably just gonna put this right on my snare stand. It's so heavy, as I'm gonna use it for the snare drum, just to kind of see how it'll work as a snare drum. I think it's the best way to test it. And yeah, so let me put these bad boys on the kit, and let's get to it. right, so my overall verdict with the pads themselves, that these are pretty good. I mean, it's definitely Roland quality. There's no question about it. I mean, these things are very, very, you know, they're very, very durable. I was hitting the pads pretty hard, especially the snare, I think, and you know, it was picking up on almost all of my hits. It got a little bit less sensitive when I was playing really, really softly and going towards the edge. As all the, you know, mesh pads or you know, Roland pads kind of do, you know, and most, you know, mesh pads from any company do that. As you get to the little edge, it's not going to be as sensitive unless you're dealing with something with positional sensing. Obviously, I have the Roland TD-15, which doesn't have positional sensing, it's not quite as sensitive towards the, you know, towards the edge. I think you heard that probably in you know, the playing. But overall, like a really, really solid pad, especially if you need to have a quiet setup, a very quiet setup. So I figured if you had two cymbal pads, I didn't test it as a ride cymbal, but I think you can comfortably get two zones. As you saw, I got comfortably two zones with the crashes, and I got, you know, a nice cross stick with the, you know, with the snare. It was no problem achieving that. And again, it's just going to be one of those things where if you really need if you absolutely need a quiet setup, this is going to be very, very good for you. If you're used to playing regular mesh pads, it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment. You know, I think the regular mesh is a little bit more bouncy, and it just, you know, kind of picks up on some of the nuances maybe a little bit better. But overall, you know, I was able to make it work, you know, playing on this. I think after a while, if I played this for a couple of months, I would be used to it, and it would probably be fine. I don't think it would, you know, prevent me from you know, playing anything that I normally play, you know, which is cool. So anyway, I want to thank Dolby Drums so much for sending me the pads, and I hope you guys have found the review helpful. I know these are new hot pads coming out, so you definitely make sure you try to pick them up. Hit up the Dolby website, and you know, they'll be ready to go pretty soon, I think, with them. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.